Speaking of corrupt elected officials, look who made the news this week. It's our old friend, as
Oh,
I
wow.
like to call him, Rahm Fuckface Emanuel.
Yeah, that's your. Yeah.
Sorry, I can't help myself when it comes to labeling the 9-digit midget, which is who we were both allied against when we first met in trying to take our city back.
Yeah.
So, how about this? Now, there's an interesting twist to this story. Rahm Emanuel's Senate confirmation hearing for U.S. ambassador to Japan post to be held Wednesday. And this is next Wednesday. Emanuel's hearing will be before the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. Now,
Say it. I already know it.
How about this symmetry?
I know.
Let me get this straight. Rahm Emanuel's Senate confirmation hearing for U.S. ambassador to Japan will be held on the date that Laquan McDonald was killed, October 20th.
Yes.
I got to tell you, Jonathan, I can't help but wonder if Emanuel had any ability to tell them what date to select his confirmation hearing as a fuck you to the rest of us, that it doesn't matter that he covered up that murder so he could win re-election. It doesn't matter that no charges were brought against him for the cover-up of what happened. Rahm Emanuel continually fails upward and can get away with whatever the hell he wants to get away with because he's Rahm Emanuel. And this guy just makes me sick. Well, you know this.
I know.
Makes me sick to my stomach.
Well, I think here's my take. That's very sad. You know, I was deeply involved in Laquan McDonald and different things like this. This brings tears to my eyes.
Yeah.
I've seen the autopsy reports firsthand on what that guy did to that young man. It was appalling.
It was an execution.
It was appalling. It was appalling. He fully knew of everything that transpired. And not just him. This, and nobody ever touches on this, this shit went way up. When I say way up, they flew out to brief the U.S. Attorney General prior to that information coming out. So when I say the shit went way up, it went way up. It's a fucking shame. Now, and secondly, in saying that, Rahm Emanuel had a political muscle to get it done. Unlike Lori is Rahm, want to be Rahm-like, but without the political clout. And Rahm got the political clout. And it's almost it's like
what was shocking at that time was for him to act. I think his cover story was it never came across his desk. That's bullshit. You know, any kind of what's the word? Any kind of any kind of event like that, any kind of controversy like that, cops gunned down a kid in the middle of the street who wasn't really of any danger to any of them. The next morning, the mayor gets a report on what happened the night before with the controversial stuff. They're going to have to go into damage control on. You know that. Rahm's a fucking control freak. He knew it. And for him to even suggest he didn't know about it, as you say, well-connected, they were covering everything, covering their tracks as quickly as they could. And now he's going to be appointed to a very, very important position as the ambassador to Japan, which has a lot to do with trade, has a lot to do with our economy. You know, he's a big star in the Democratic Party because he used to be able to raise money, and they ignore the fact that this guy is nothing but a thug. He is a thug. He thinks he's like the Godfather. I mean, he couldn't conceal his glee, his giddiness when he was gifted by former Chicago Tribune columnist John Cass with that poster, The Rahm Father, that made him look like Michael Corleone. He didn't realize it wasn't a compliment.
Yeah, he is a piece of work. He's a piece of work, but He's gonna land
I,
on his feet
I'm hoping that activists use that anniversary, however,
and
to
go right up
completely
there.
disrupt his confirmation hearing and remind people of what a piece of shit he is and how he does not deserve to fail upward to that very, very important position that Biden and Harris feel that I guess he's entitled to.
I
I
think
guess we'll see.
I think it's already been set in
It's a done
stone.
deal.
It's a deal. They got the numbers and they're gonna push him through. Before they even announced that he will be ambassador, they already knew about this past history. They knew about that.
Yeah.
They told him, don't run again. We got something better for you. You'll be able to take a lot of money. Shit. Life goes on.